Jump in my 6'4" and let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on 4. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side ho. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do it in that 713.
Welcome to Sports with Balls. Here are your hosts, Jeff Michael, Lauren
Leal, and Grant Miles.
Hey, that's right. You're looking a little dark.
I think
tonight.
I want my name last on the intro from now on.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just, I think everybody skips over mine. It's like
Everybody,
Lauren,
what are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Oh, actually, it is last. Lauren, Leal, Grant. Like, man, it's just.
Isn't that right? Yours is last.
Yeah, mine is last.
Yeah. What are you talking
I felt like
about?
I get. Maybe it's because of the music. I get skipped over. Like it's Lauren.
I'm so confused
Did you see
right
my,
now,
Did you
Jeff.
see my post today with Lauren Leal?
I saw it. Yeah.
I did. I appreciate it. I don't know what the shout out was for, but that's great. I appreciate it.
I thought it was great.
Thank you. Welcome into Sports with Balls, and we are back at our home, Christian's Tailgate off of Kirby, as always.
Yep.
Home to the best burgers. Come get great bar food.
I'm gonna
Mention
get
Sports
some.
with Balls. You gonna get some tonight?
Yes.
Dude, I had the chicken fried chicken with the gravy. It was unbelievable. Big fan. Lottie, what's up? Danny Sims, how are you? Welcome in. Chris's Tailgate, 5114 Kirby. This is Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael, Lauren Leal, Grant Miles. One show left before the Christmas break.
I
Yep.
know, it's crazy.
You won't be there.
I won't be here on Monday. This is my last show. And till after Christmas.
Till
Yeah,
forever, and me and Grant are taking over.
That's right.
No,
That's
just
right.
kidding.
No, I mean, look, y'all can. It's fine. I get it. I'm not as popular. Not as popular, but yeah, again.
So does everybody feel as bad for Jeff as Jeff feels for Jeff?
I think it's always that, I didn't get to golf today. Dang it.
Yeah, I know.
Or-
Yeah. You're usually a lot more chipper whenever you're golfing.
No, well,
regularly.
I mean, Johnny, we haven't played golf in a minute. I need to get back.
Oh, it's been one whole minute?
No,
Yeah.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
I actually
Kidding.
saw the episode last time when I was like, yeah, I went golf, and Grant was like, Lauren, did you work today? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, Jeff just, gets to play golf all day, which is
Yeah.
not true. I don't play golf all day. But anyways, welcome.
Most of the day.
Man, I'm going to Florida. We'll get into that later on.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later on. So hopefully I get to play when I'm down there. But
At the drop the mic segment.
drop the mic if we, if the weather's all right and we make it there.
Speaking
Why
of
wouldn't it be
weather,
all right?
man.
Why wouldn't it be all right?
Well, you just get on me every time at the end of the show, and I'm like, well, we don't have time
Oh,
for
I
it.
got you. Okay.
Man, it's like we're talking to Lou again.
You know, we always have time for it. It's someone who doesn't want to speak about it.
Yes.
I mean, by the end of the show, I get a little gun shy, I guess. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Which
Speaking
is
of
weird.
the weather, it's super cold here in Houston. I don't know about you guys, but I've kind of been like tethering my voice, like losing it back and forth just because this weather keeps messing with us.
Man, I got to give a shout out to Kevin Anthony, who just said, Merry Christmas to the SWB team. See, finally.
Oh, Kevin.
Finally, the SWB
What's up, Kevin?
team.
Thank you, Kevin. Merry Christmas.
Every time else, it's, what does Lauren want for Christmas?
Yeah,
what is
see,
Lauren?
Kevin.
It was one
yeah.
time,
Merry
bro.
Christmas, Lauren.
One time, bro.
Man, somebody throw Jeff some love, man. That dude is
I
frustrated
told y'all
right
the
now.
last episode I got some love on the.
Someone called your voice sexy, and it
I
wasn't
know.
your mama.
I know. Well, shit. Look, I had to, like everybody else, I had to block my mother from Facebook and everything else.
Are you for real?
Oh yeah, I blocked her 100%.
Why'd you
She
do
gets
that?
on there and gets all religious. Sometimes you post a little weird meme or something funny, and then she's like, "God wouldn't want you to be saying that."
Oh, I got
dude,
you.
and they're like, it's
Okay.
like people are commenting. People are.
I thought you were gonna say like she was your number one fan, and you were like, oh,
No.
like way too much praise.
I wish that would be awesome, but no, my mom would be like, "Why are you cursing?" It'd be terrible. But I'm going to see her on Saturday. But we'll get into that.
So
You're
she
like,
can tell you all that in
"What?"
person.
Yes, you can bitch me out in person. But welcome to Sports with Balls, y'all. We're over here at Chris's Tailgate on Kirby. Happy to be back. We've got one more show left on Monday before the Christmas holidays. But follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Download our podcast, YouTube, Pandora,
Do the
iHeartRadio,
podcast.
Apple iPod, like everything. We're there. We're on every one
All
of them.
there.
That is it. All right, that was the horn sound. Let's get it started.
The Leal Drill, brought to you
Thank
by
you.
Joe Applewhite and Applewhite Realty for all your real estate needs. Call Joe, 713-291-5270. Mention Sports with Balls, and Joe's going to help you pock some pack some.
I thought you were about to
I
say.
didn't know what you were about to say.
Yeah, I was gonna thought you were gonna say pop some bottles or something. I was like, oh wow, Joe's gonna do that for you.
If you buy a house or get an apartment from Joe, I promise you he'll pop a bottle with you.
He did such a great job with my friend Ivory, who just bought a house, and yeah, he's helping one of my other friends out right now too. He does a great job, great services. I still haven't seen the moving boxes, Joe. I need these pictures right now, like the ones that are on the carts at the grocery store at Kroger.
That's right, I forgot
Look
to
at your
mention that.
local Kroger. You'll see his face there. But anyways, like Jeff said, the drill with Lauren Leal is brought to you by Joe Applewhite and Joe Applewhite
Let's
Realty.
get into some sports.
Let's do it.
Sports.
So we are starting it off with the Negro League is now part of MLB records. More than 3,400 players from 7 leagues that operated from 1920 to 1948 will now be considered major leaguers.
I mean,
It's about time.
This is one of my favorite stories. And did you see this? There's a guy by the name of Josh Gibson who batted .441 in the Negro League, and now he's going to replace the major league leader in the Hall of Fame as the highest. Now, it says that he had almost 800 home runs, but it says that Bond's record of 762 will likely still stand.
Now, who is he beating out?
Josh
That
Gibson,
was in the spot?
I forgot what is it? Who is
What
that?
was the number?
Batting average .441. So the career batting average, who's that?
Career batting average has got to be Ted Williams.
That's what I think. Ted
Yeah.
Williams at .401.
yeah.
I think it's
It's
401.
got to be Teddy.
Yeah, so this guy's going to replace him, but those stats do need to count. It was professional baseball, and they were super competitive. It wasn't like there was some easy talent over there, and these guys were just doing it.
Oh no.
Who is it?
We're wrong. It's actually Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb at 366 is what the
His
batting
career?
average is. Yeah, you were talking about for a season. 401
yeah,
is what
maybe.
he did for a season.
Yeah. So
I mean, Ted Williams is up there. He's tied for 7th at 344, but Ty Cobb has the highest.
and this guy's
366.
441.
So he
Incredible.
will be way ahead.
Yeah,
There we go.
That's probably never be broken.
Oh, that'll never be touched.
There's no
Not with the way
way.
baseball is right
There's
now.
no way. So congratulations to all those players and people, the descendants of all them, and
Yeah, deserving.
congratulations. Yeah.
Deserving.
Like on Facebook, Kimberly said, finally, and Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas to you. Thanks so
Yes.
much for the warm wishes. Now we'll move on to a rumored MLB delay start of the season. So the start of 2021 maybe pushed back until May. This would cause for a late start to spring training as well, possibly a shortened season under 162 games again. So will pushing it back make it better this time so everybody will be vaccinated?
I just
don't
hope
know.
this is just a possibility. I mean, they're
I
just
do too.
they're just warning, saying, hey, we might have to
Yeah.
push it back. So I hope it's not. Obviously, I want baseball. I wish baseball was starting up tomorrow, but that's just me.
Well, from what I've heard, this is the players don't want this. The players want
Yeah,
to
of
start
course.
on time. Owners are the ones that are pushing this back, and of course, because the players see it as pushing back salary, probably. So,
Yep.
but yeah, players want to do it when it's scheduled to do it.
Yeah, and
Spring training when it's supposed to start.
Yes, I agree. Let's go baseball.
I mean, look, NBA is starting right now. So
Somebody was
We
going to
can do
mention it.
we can do it.
What'd you say?
I said somebody was going to mention it.
The NBA?
I'm not trying to hate on the NBA. I'm just not.
No, I'm just saying
it's-
they're already back on the forefront, and they were the first to resume the season last year.
I know, but even in
this year,
even in writing the
actually.
show, like I didn't put any NBA on purpose. Like I just at preseason, and it's just like I don't give a damn.
You're not motivated for the NBA?
I'm not excited about the NBA season. Look,
Well,
and
also because the
we're-
Rockets
yeah,
are
the
not.
Rockets
There's
are
nothing to get excited about.
Yeah,
And the trade rumors may be coming to fruition. Other teams are considering James Harden, but we'll get into that a little bit later on,
don't
or
know
maybe
why.
not.
Yeah, it sound like Jeff doesn't want to get into it.
yeah, maybe not.
But the next one, Jeff definitely wants to get into. So it's a family affair at the PNC Championship this weekend in Orlando, Florida, as father and son, Tiger and Charlie Woods, team up together. Tiger took home the Masters in 2019. Let's see how he does with his son in this tournament by his side. Is this a good thing, Jeff, or
I love
do you
it.
think it's distracting?
I absolutely love it. If you follow us on Facebook or Instagram or any one of the social media outlets, I posted a video today of him and his son just on the range practicing together, and I just absolutely love that. It's cool. Tiger's made a complete turnaround from his image from, I think we mentioned it before, on the side of a road, getting pulled over and his going through a divorce and that all that mess. It's good to see him back and mentally healthy and playing golf with his son.
Well, you think about it, it's hard to remember, but that was just a little bit over 10 years ago when all that
Golly.
stuff went down. Seems like it's been, you feel like it's been, at least for me, I feel like it hasn't been that long.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost recent, like a couple
I
of years,
know.
maybe 3 years.
But it's been that long. But yeah, that's great. I mean, Tiger getting back in golf is fantastic for golf. It's fantastic for, and then of course, but here's the question though. It's just like with Jordan's kids or LeBron's kids or anybody. Like, man, that's a lot. Like, you'd almost not want to play golf because no matter whether you want it or not, there's a lot of pressure. Being Tiger Woods' kid, coming up to play golf.
His swing looks good. His son's swing looks really, really. He looks like a miniature tiger.
Yeah.
And you gotta. I mean,
he's got a good coach.
I don't know exactly.
He's got the best coach there is.
I don't know about
You kidding?
Jordan. Like Jordan's kid, obviously, never progressed it to being that well. And usually, famous people, like you said, they're not that good. But we were talking to Lou Savarese
Their
last
son,
night,
or
and we were talking
daughters.
about Holyfield's son boxing.
Yeah.
And apparently, Holyfield's got his son's amazing at boxing.
Yeah, Lou said he's pretty good.
Well, I mean, it's a special talent. Whenever, obviously, all of these all-stars, they got that talent.
Did
You're
your
born
mom-
with it, or you're not born with it.
Did Miss Leal dance?
Yeah, did you get the Leal dance talent?
Yeah, did you get the Leal dance?
Did you? Can Miss Leal dance?
Vicky,
My mom was actually in the band.
Did she cut a rug?
In the band?
She was in the band, and she was a twirler. So.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Can you twirl?
I cannot. She's got that on me for sure, and the sax. She was an amazing sax.
Okay.
Saxophone?
Along with my sister. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yep, she just teaches lessons. All right, so I don't know how we got from golf to that, but
Because we want to know the Leal talent tree.
Yeah,
we
I'm trying to
want to know.
figure
We
that
want to know
out.
how that goes.
why
The
is
Leal
that?
talent tree.
Yeah. What about Mr. Leal? What is his talent?
Yeah, what I mean,
He wanted to be a coach and teacher,
Was he a
but
wrestler?
that's not what he went. Yes, how'd you know that?
Whoa.
What?
I do my
You
research.
know, he's doing.
What?
He's building up that thesis he's going to write on Lauren Leal, and he's going to present
Yeah,
it to
that's
us.
right.
Oh my gosh!
I heard doing Rumplemans in high school. It's
Well,
on there.
Oh my gosh! Get out of here!
Oh, man, I should have told Johnny we should have had a picture of a Rumplemans bottle.
Was it Rumplemans? Was that it? Was it Rumplemans?
We could photo. Yeah, it was Rumplemans, what she was saying, because we were like, man, I haven't
No,
done
oh.
Rumplemans in a long time.
Hey,
okay.
my sister's tuning in. What's up? She's in the
What
coffee
up, sis?
faces because I
She's
probably
laughing.
told her that she was that she was in the band too and played the sax, but then went on to
I
dance.
thought she was laughing because you were doing Rumplemans in high school, not
Oh,
saxophone.
okay, all right.
But you had said something about her not being talented, something like that.
I never. Oh, really?
That's what you said before the
Never
show.
said
When we were.
those
Oh,
words.
okay, all right, okay.
Ever. Do not listen to
we were
them,
in
Danielle.
We were in the production meeting.
Let's talk about the Leal
Lies.
talent tree, and she's like, "Oh, don't worry about my sister. She's not talented."
Stopped.
She just said Master Blaster.
Oh, man. Was that your nickname? Oh, thank you.
Was
Man. Uh-oh.
No, like sometimes, like when things come up in the family, and you're like, "Oh, you mentioned something," and you're like, "Oh, I don't
you
know
put it
if
on
that's
blast?
the right thing." Sometimes I
I
get
got
called
you.
that
Okay.
because I don't realize. I'm like, "Oh, maybe I."
Yeah,
I
you
got
just,
you.
you just
Okay.
told us about saxophone, everything.
Yeah.
Family,
Yeah.
Poor
Dang
Vicky.
it, guys!
Yeah.
Y'all are.
All right, on to sports.
Nah,
Yes.
All right. Moving on to the next
Do a whole
drill.
show on
You are
Leal-
the center of attention. I mean, right here in the middle. Everybody, look at Lauren.
Johnny, please, can you put a just turn down his mic, please? All right, we will move to guys. Did you ever want to get paid for playing college sports? Well,
Yes.
guess what? You can actually. It might actually come to fruition. U.S. Senator Cory Booker is looking to issue a college athletes' Bill of Rights that guarantees NCAA players monetary compensation, long-term health care, lifetime educational scholarships, and even revenue sharing, meaning the athlete actually sees and earns some of the profits from a specific event they played in, such as a basketball game, a tennis tournament, etc., and receive the return of revenue. What are your thoughts on this, guys?
This is impressive. Looked this up today. There's a lot of things that go along with this, and me and Grant had discussed this, off air about how colleges need to there needs to be more of a parity in college, and this kind of will spread out a lot of things. They'll now have full coverage insurance on all the athletes, so this is great for college athletes for sure. And what people don't understand about this is they think that every college athlete's getting paid and it's unfair. No, you're only looking at like the top 1% of athletes in college that'll even come close to getting any sort of contract money or any money like that. But if you are playing college sports, you can now you'll have insurance and stuff like that, which is great for them.
What do you think about this, Grant?
Of course, obviously, I think it's awesome that college athletes will especially being a UT fan. This is great for a university like University of Texas because, man, who can promote guys better than one of the most highly marketable college athletic departments in the country? So I'm all for it. You want to get into a money grab, I go Longhorns all the time because they're one of the top, so I'm all for that. The only thing I get concerned about, I'll be the
bearer of bad news.
I'll be the bearer of bad news, is when it affects Title IX or how it affects other programs. Because, football, basketball, but like, what about women's volleyball? What about soccer? What about all these other programs? And so Title IX, although Title IX is very effective in spreading out the athletic department sports, also, too, when you go by the letter of law, things like this can potentially damage that. That's my only concern.
Real quick, for those of y'all that don't know Title IX allows the money that's generated from the big programs like football team. It spreads the money out evenly throughout the other sports.
Well, and it tries to make sure that you have, mostly it's just trying to make sure that you have a good spread as far as the number of women's sports in comparison to men.
Sure.
And so it's a great title. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying sometimes that can affect us in that way.
And something that isn't pointed out too is that the money that you're receiving from these games are typically from alumni.
Yeah.
And sponsors. They're not the money that you see is not really coming from ticket sales unless you're a Power 5,
right.
A big school like UT or something like this. But when you look at schools like here, University of Houston or something like that, it's basically coming from those donors.
Correct.
So I think it's a great thing for college athletes to get paid for all of the hard work that they put in at the same time. I feel whenever you're that youthful and you don't have the wisdom behind you, it can be amongst evil.
You want to make sure you have a good support people around you to make sure you're making right decisions when it comes to that. Yeah, correct.
Exactly.
Want to say what's up to Justin Leck, one of our top fans.
Yo,
Appreciate you,
Justin, what's up, man? Grew up with Justin.
Say good to see you guys.
Grew up
good
with
to
Justin,
see.
man.
Did you?
Oh, Dallas boy?
Justin, known Justin a long time. We used to go over to his grandma's house. What was great about her house, she had little things of candy all over the house.
Everywhere.
Snickers, M&M, like everywhere. So everywhere you walked in the house, it was just candy. I loved it.
Could you eat it?
Oh, absolutely. That's what it was there for. His grandmother had them out. Justin, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but she had it out everywhere where you could literally get candy. It was fantastic. I loved it.
Johnny, are we good? It said live video interrupted. I'm just checking real quick. Sorry, guys. Just checking real quick. But, let's go on. Let's move.
All right. I asked about the candy in the house because one of my girlfriends decorated her apartment candy theme, but it had been there for 9 months.
No.
You don't touch that candy.
She loaded up every time. It was edible. You could eat it all the time. It was
I'd have
great.
trouble, man.
It was fantastic.
I got to not have sweets in my house.
Yeah.
I get in trouble.
So there are a couple things here left in the drill. Just Lewis Reddick interviewed with the Texans for a GM position the other day. Wanted to mention that.
And Detroit.
He's a good guy.
Right. And I think he would turn around a program like Houston in a very good way. James Harden, 2 years left on his $86 million contract. So we'll see what happens with that. And that will wrap up the 2-minute drill. The drill with Lauren Leal, your girl.
Let's get into tonight's game before it starts.
Okay.
You want to? What do you
We
got
got to
next?
thank some people.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so we got to thank some people that make this show happen, and we go to Roy Stanton and Hybrid Technologies Group. Whenever it comes to reliability, they are the ones that you can count on. Phone, cable services, surveillance cameras, cloud services, anything like this. You call them at 832-336-1201. Mention Sports with Balls, and you will get a discount.
Also, we want to thank Construction Concepts. Josh, Mark, those guys over there are killing it in the city of Houston and surrounding areas. Construction Concepts, they are changing corporate culture one design at a time, from hospitality, corporate, luxury retail, and medical facilities. Their team of experts can update or create a space that exceeds your expectations. Give them a call at 713-589-2682. That's buildithouston.com.
Very good.
I got to say, Lauren only has little bitty notes, and she did her whole thing without really looking at it.
So I'm going to continue to read it. You know
I
why?
appreciate it.
You know why?
Why?
Because it's important to me and to Construction Concepts. I do it right. Mark,
that's why?
Josh, I'm professional.
Is that
I look
why?
out for you guys.
Is that why?
Absolutely.
The best there is.
That's a good one, Johnny.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
All right, like Jess said, let's get into tonight's game in all of NFL. I mean, it's really about the playoff seeding here. So tonight's game, Chargers versus Raiders. It is AFC rivals. Chargers are 4-9, while 7-6 are the Raiders. Raiders are fighting for the playoff spot tonight Chargers are looking for a bounce-back win as they were dominated by the Colts 44-27 on Sunday. Teams met early November, I believe November 8th. Raiders took it 31-26. The line, I believe, is -3 Raiders. What matters more, though? I'm asking you guys.
Johnny's bet.
Johnny's bet.
Johnny
Oh,
did.
Johnny bet on the Raiders.
Yeah, he did.
That's right.
Johnny, we were talking about this right before we got going. And is it still 3? What did you take first half? And 1.5 or 1?
Man, I tell you what, Johnny's active. Man, I'm going to give that dude credit, man. He is, like, active in this stuff now. Like, he's legit. Like, he's not
The
just
past,
doing,
like,
like,
3
spread
weeks?
or anything like
Listen,
that. He's doing halves. He's doing all of it.
I wonder if Johnny's listening to us and doing the opposite shit. And like,
He may be.
He's over there cracking up right now.
Maybe that's why he has that
he's like,
pen
I'm
and
a
paper
producer
over
of a
there.
sports show. These
Yeah.
guys.
No, he has his daughter here. She's taking notes for
Yeah,
him.
he's got a pen and paper over there. And he's like, right now, it's Raiders -3.5.
Raiders
3.5. All right.
-3.5. And I
It
believe
keeps changing.
God, I believe we talked about the over/under before this being 51. Because I told Johnny I think the over might hit on this because, I mean, I don't see any defense being played in this. Josh Jacobs is expected to play, and so are Keenan Allen and Michael Williams. It says they're going to be on a limited snap count, but they're playing, which, look, fantasy owners, playoffs have started, and this is huge. I don't know what to think about this game. I don't, because the Raiders have played so poorly lately. I don't know what Raider team's going to come out. Is it going to be the 4-touchdown Derek Carr Raiders, or is it going to be, they're scoring 3 field goals?
Well, you got a really heavy Raiders team, and what I mean by that is they're unbalanced. They're pretty good, top 10, top 11 as far as offense goes, bottom as far as defense, which is one of the reasons why they just fired their defensive coordinator after that last game when they gave up 44 to
I think it was,
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Well, it was a combination of a lot of things, but that was kind of the it was that, and I guess bitching out the head coach.
Yeah, I think
having a verbal argument with it that
Right.
doesn't work well, but yeah, I mean, the Raiders are on the outside looking into the playoffs. They're outside of it right now. They have Baltimore in front of them, and Baltimore's playing well right now.
Yep.
So Las Vegas has a lot of things that they need to do and have happen in front of them, but, I mean, there's an opportunity.
This is a playoff implication game for the Raiders, and obviously not for San Diego. So, we'll see what happens. Or LA Chargers. Tana, how are you, honey? Get well soon. And she says that she loves your sweater.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Oh, I thank you.
Oh, this thing?
Yeah,
Oh.
I was like,
Oh, this
exactly.
thing?
I'm like,
Sorry.
I look like crap again.
appreciate it. No. I didn't know. I didn't know because it's more of it's a thin shirt, and then I have a scarf going over it, and I have a jacket on behind me. So
Well,
I
apparently-
appreciate it. Thank you. I tried to be Christmassy because I was like, oh, it's our last show, but I forgot next
On
Monday.
to the next.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow. Jeff does not want you to talk about your
Just
stuff
teasing.
I
yourself.
know. You pointed it out. All right, so
I didn't. Tana did. But anyways. let's go.
guys, we have a doubleheader on Saturday.
I love this.
So at 3:30 we have the Bills versus the Broncos, and then at 7:15 we have Panthers versus the Packers. So we'll go back up to that first game. The Bills, actually, it was pretty funny today. Not sure if you saw on their social media. They had a snowball fight. They clinched their first AFC East title in 25 years. Crazy. Josh Allen, third best odds for MVP. Do you think he really has a shot?
No.
And he's had 24
Not because he's not deserving
Yeah,
to be,
yeah,
but
just-
there's too many people in front of him.
Right, he has to earn it first,
Yes.
going all the way at
Correct,
least, or
yes.
going further.
Yeah.
So he's had 24 fumbles and 6 tackles for loss. What are your thoughts on the Bills contending this year?
Bills are good. Bills are really good. And one of the biggest offseason trades that nobody really talked about was Stefan Diggs going to the Bills. And he's having a career year. All of his numbers are career numbers for him. And especially, I think I saw that he averaged 4 receptions a game last year, or 4 pass attempts, to him. It was unbelievable because if you remember 3 years ago when he did that amazing play versus New Orleans, and in the playoffs, and I think we talked about that was just an unbelievable game. And after that, everybody thought he was going to blow up for the Minnesota Vikings, and he just had terrible years. And then he's having a career year without Stefan Diggs. Josh Allen would be not as good of a quarterback. I think he's great. I was looking at him today. He's a big guy and super
He is
mobile.
big. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
for as big as he is, it's not normal to be that mobile and that fast. But man,
Yeah.
he's pretty big.
I mean, last
He's
week
like a
he
white
had,
Cam Newton.
Yeah.
he had, I
Like,
mean,
really?
Yeah, for real.
he had 375 yards, I think, last week.
I think with a better
Yes.
arm, though. I think he's
Yeah.
better arm than Cam. But, yeah, I mean, to your point on
Accurate.
Stephon Diggs, I mean, he leads the league in receptions this year. I mean, who would have thought
Yep.
playing for the Buffalo Bills Stephon Diggs. I mean, and even when they did the trade at the beginning of the year, I was like, okay, well, that sucks for him that he's going to Buffalo. But, I mean, dude, like you said, 100 receptions, 1,167 receiving yards.
100 and 1,000. Whoa.
I mean, that's a huge season. So, yeah, I think the Bills, to answer your question, I think the Bills are serious contenders. I mean, they're good. They're good in all phases. If I want to quote Jason Garrett.
I wonder if this is a contract year for Diggs. If it is, he's about to get paid.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he just got a pretty big contract.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty recently.
Yeah, I don't know if it came with the trade from Minnesota. I don't know what his last one was, but I mean, he's put up career numbers, and with Stephon Diggs and that whole team, man, they're playing really good. I'm excited to watch the Bills. I mean, we'll see what happens. Obviously, the Texans, they were beating the Texans handily last year in the playoffs.
The Texans are
Then they just
a different story from last year to this year, I will say that.
Yeah.
But then the Texans
so
played
is
from
Josh
behind.
Allen.
Great.
Josh Allen, that first touchdown he scored against the Texans last year, he jumped into the end zone, did the Superman, kind of took his.
He was a Superman.
He was
Exactly.
just like, and then the second half he looked like a deer caught in headlights. And then the Texans, ended up winning and knocking them out. But I don't see that Josh Allen this year. I think if they have a lead, he can run and protect it.
Well, and that's the thing where you have a guy like Josh Allen. That's what he needs to do. That's his next step. His next step, they need to win a playoff game, and they need to compete and get far. But I think they have a legit shot. And to your question, Stephon is in the third year of a 6-year deal.
Okay.
He's making $14 million this year.
Oh, that's good. Good for him.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll move on to the next game where, the Bills are 10-3.
Wait, we didn't get the line on that one.
Oh.
Line on that one was Bills -6.
Oh, I'll take that.
Yeah. Against Denver? I don't know. Do you want to take Denver? Do you want to go Denver? Let's go.
Hey, last week I won it. No,
so that's what we need to do. We need every show that we have during the football season,
need
which
to
I
make
know
one pick.
you need to make one pick.
I pick.
You
don't have to take that game.
You don't have to take that game, but I'm saying you need to have a game
Yeah.
before we end the show that you pick.
All right, and it's going to be the next one at 7:15 p.m. Panthers versus the Packers, which has the same record as the Bills, 10-3, while the Panthers measly at 4-9. Packers have clinched the NFC North title and looking to step into the number 1 seed in the NFC. If they get this win, they could possibly play 2 at-home games, then the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers, I'm sure, is pretty happy about that. If you saw him. If you saw his interview,
so weird. He
likes
such
to talk
He's a weird cat.
about.
He's so awkward.
He's like,
a weird cat.
but I had this many passing yards and this. Well, I don't know this stat, but I know all of these other stats. We're pretty good, right?
He's such an
gotta let you
awkward
know.
individual.
Yeah.
Like,
he's got to let you know.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
it's
I've
very
heard
interesting.
interviews and stories about it. Yeah, he's a weird dude. He's a hell of a football player. He's a weird dude.
Yep, you got that right. Panthers coach Matt Rule told ESPN he hasn't aged. He's unbelievable. Talking about Aaron Rodgers, a guy. So Jeff, let me ask you about this because you've mentioned as of late tape in regards to Taysom Hill and Jalen Hurts. Now the Panthers, obviously, they have not had a great season. You have so much tape on Aaron Rodgers. When Matt Rule says this in an interview, I mean, does that even account for
no?
what you can prepare?
Aaron Rodgers is the top 10, maybe top 12 quarterback of all time. He can do things at any point in time on the field. He can change up things. Like you can have all the tape you want, and Aaron Rodgers will still beat you. Obviously, to his credit, he's done it. It's longevity, right? It's not just one season that the Packers have been unbelievable. It's pretty much almost every year that he's been there. Aaron Rodgers has been unbelievable. And this year, he might be having his best year ever with the limited amount of talent. I get it that Adams, a wide receiver, is just fantastic, but it's not like the other 3 wide receivers are that good at all. And man, they've dealt with injuries, and Aaron Rodgers might be having a career year for him.
Well, as far as the team goes, that's correct. I mean, when you talk about just the numbers, he's going to have to, his best year that he had passing the football, I think was 4,600 yards, 4,643. So he's got a way to go with that. But right now, he leads the league in touchdown passes, 39, only has 4 interceptions.
That's insane.
Wow.
That's nuts. He has a 70% completion percentage. I mean, he's like, to Jeff's point, I mean, he's just absolutely killing it this
And
season.
didn't Mahomes, in regards to MVP, didn't Mahomes just throw his 3rd pick last game?
Yeah, he only had 2 prior to last game, and then he had 2 in the first quarter of that one.
Oh, I thought he just had 1.
No, he had 2 in the first quarter.
Wow. Okay. So what's the over/under on this, Grant?
And also too, he's at his highest completion percentage in his career at 69,
it's
at
just
almost 70%,
crazy.
69.6. It's you got
And you're referring to Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron
not
Rodgers,
Mahomes.
yeah. You got Green Bay -8.5. against Carolina.
And this
What is
Lauren,
that?
Lauren, you said that this was going to be your game.
This is going to be the game. So everybody,
yeah,
listen to
everybody,
Lauren.
pay attention. Lauren, who you taking?
So who you taking?
I'm taking Packers, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would too.
Packers minus 8.5.
I mean, I'm not a cheesehead, but you just look at what's going on.
Yeah.
Especially since McCaffrey looks like to be out again with his thigh issue for Carolina.
Out for the season. Out.
Yeah, I don't know why they
It's only
just
2 games
haven't.
left.
I know. I don't. Well, they keep
Just-
reporting he's not playing this
just
week.
put him on
Let's just
IR,
let's
like,
just
what are
get
you
o-
doing?
Give it
Because
over
it's
it.
the only news that is coming out of Carolina, guys.
I guess so. Yeah, they want to.
But I'll tell you what, though, I think Carolina's started something good for next season.
Hopefully.
I think they have a good draft.
Yeah.
I think Carolina's got a good squad. Good coach. Matt Rule's a good
I'm
coach.
still taking Packers -8. I'm going with Lauren.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Going with Lauren.
Go,
All
Lauren.
right.
Minus 8.5.
Johnny,
Johnny,
you bet.
Lauren,
you
minus
bet-
8.5.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, so we're going to move on to Sunday's games. That means you'll be able to watch football all weekend long. All right, so
I'll be
we're starting
driving.
it off. Oh, yeah, that's true. You want to talk
When are you
about that?
leaving?
I'm leaving Saturday. We'll get into it. I'm
Okay.
leaving
All
Saturday afternoon, I think.
Going to
Everybody
the
stick around.
sunshine.
I just
Everybody
thought
stick
about
around.
that.
Just going to tell us stories about his
I
trip.
just thought about that as I can listen to the games while I'm on the road, and that's awesome.
There you go.
There you go. All right. So we got Sunday starting off Seahawks versus Washington football team. Seahawks 9-4, Washington 6-7. And can I just mention how Washington, what a season they had. They started out the season with all the sexual allegations against the women,
The owner,
the
yep.
women that work there, the owner.
Yeah.
You get Ron Rivera, who had cancer, overcome. And then you got Alex Smith, who's basically the
comeback player of the year.
player
Yeah,
of the year.
for
He's
sure.
basically going to be it. And now they're contending. I mean, it's not the most impressive division that they're in, but they're leading
Don't the
it.
Cowboys play in that division?
They do.
They
Okay,
do.
all right, just check.
No,
At
I'm
least they're
just saying-
scheduled. At least they're scheduled to play.
I just got to say, all that adversity in Washington is pulling out some wins. It's just, and they took off the perfect Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, so Washington has elite pass rushers this game in Chase Young, and the team has a pass rush win rate in 5th place at 50%. Russell Wilson is under 300 passing yards for 5 straight weeks. Washington is the number 4 seed, while Seattle is number 5. Who's got more to prove?
Washington. I mean, Washington's got more to prove. I mean, they're on a huge streak, and they're earning it. I mean, their defense, they're top 10 defense in all categories. I mean, they've got a stellar defense, good pass rush. They're great against everything. I mean, they're 3rd against the pass, they're 9th against the run. They're a good team. Seattle, though, we already know what Seattle is. We don't really know what Washington is. They can win this game against Seattle after the way they played last week. I mean,
Not gonna happen.
I think they're gonna. I think there's somebody.
Johnny, money.
What? Oh, Johnny.
Seattle, dude, listen, Seattle's getting healthy. Rashard Penny's coming back this week. Their defense is strong now. Everybody's coming off the IR. Seattle's getting healthy. Watch out. They're going to be dangerous.
Yeah, Seattle's 3rd in the league in points scored. You got Washington that's 6th in points allowed. So
What do you
it's
have
gonna be a
on
fun
this?
game.
What's the line on this one?
That's what I was just about
This
to
one
ask.
you have Seattle. This tells you something. Seattle in Washington. Seattle -6.
Oh,
Oh.
That's a
Is
big spread
Cousins-
on the
well,
road.
I
that
wonder-
is. I thought it would have been.
I haven't seen
Three.
I haven't seen an update on Cousins. I need to look
Alex
for that.
Smith.
But I mean Alex Smith. Sorry,
Smith.
I haven't seen an update on Smith. So
Yeah, I haven't heard anything on him either. I know he had that calf strain, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like day to day.
on his
so.
injured leg or rehabbed leg. So I'd like to see that. But just going off of a whim, I think I'd take Seattle.
I don't know. I like he said, I would like to hear what Alex's condition is. I like to know the weather too. But you have, but giving Washington 6 points at home with the way their defense is playing, that's kind of tempting.
Yeah, I mean Chase Young is playing. He had the game of the week last week for sure.
His line was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Wait, so who are we leaning towards, guys?
I'm
can't
doing
tell.
Seattle. He's going Washington. I'm
You're
going
gonna
I'm
Seattle.
gonna go
Seattle,
Washington.
Washington?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Washington +6 right now. But the weather could change my mind.
All right, Jeff, you mentioned Cousins a minute ago.
Yeah,
now we're going
sorry.
to the Bears versus the
I was
Vikings.
staring at your computer again.
See,
I'm kidding.
You
I'm
gotta
kidding. I
look
wasn't.
away.
I was not.
All right, they're
Needs to be
both.
surprised.
I wasn't staring.
What does that say, Johnny?
Oh, behave.
Oh, behave.
Have you never seen? Oh, do that again. Do that English
Why?
accent again.
What was
do
that?
that
No,
English
because I
accent.
just. Hey, listen.
I don't even know
just
who
got.
said that.
I
You,
can.
you don't even know what that's from?
No, what is that?
Are you serious?
Wow.
What is it?
Austin Powers.
Are you being for real?
Oh, I've never seen that.
Okay, stop.
Wow.
I'm out.
I was too young to like watch it. When
Wow.
I just never watched it.
Man. Okay.
Okay.
Says a lot.
I'm
But by the
disappointed.
way, we were both quiet when she said that, and I can soundbite that.
Yes, absolutely.
Johnny, just mark that. Mark the minute down.
Mark it.
All right. Don't really know where to go from here, but
take a shot.
Yeah, you do. Bears and Vikings.
Yeah, Bears. It's on your
That's
computer.
where you go next. There you go. It's right there.
they got the same record at 6-7. Both teams in the hunt for a playoff spot. I think it's a matter of Trubisky's performance, and then you have Dan Bailey, who missed 4 kicks last week for Minnesota.
And I'm shocked he's still on the team, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
I know, and the coach basically, I was reading, he said like, oh, I'm still deciding of him on
Kickers.
the game.
It's so weird since they moved. Listen, I gotta applaud the NFL for the first time I made it.
I know, you
I
did.
made it.
You know what I was
48
thinking about
minutes?
is right now as I'm sitting here drinking this beer, I was like, man, for those at home, like we could do a drinking game on that.
We probably could.
Every time Jeff says,
Listen.
listen, if you're drinking at home,
Listen,
have a drink.
Yeah.
The NFL moved the field goals back, and it has affected things dramatically, and I love it because generally speaking, it was very easy to just to kick a 19-yard field goal or whatever it was.
You got up when and got a drink.
Yeah.
'Cause you're like, oh, this is automatic.
Man, now it is just awkward.
Yeah.
And these kickers are hard to come by. Like
Yeah.
good kickers, they're really hard to come by. And
Yes.
Dan Bailey missing 4 last week. That's insane. And then you've got a guy that, like the LSU kicker that booted that 52-yarder.
Oh, I know.
People look at field goal kickers now like they'll draft one.
Yes.
Which before kickers were not draftable.
Right.
You just waited till afterwards and
Right.
picked somebody up. So good for the NFL for moving it back and making it more interesting.
What's the line on this?
You got a line on this is Minnesota -3.
Okay, and so that's why
Wow,
the
you
kick
got really
is
excited
so,
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, man, Lauren's
No.
about to throw down some knowledge.
No, I'm
Get
just
it.
saying, like, that is the reason why the kicker is so vital in this game, is so important, because it could come down to that field goal.
Right.
So be smart with your moves.
Okay, what's the
Vikings.
line?
I just said it.
You just-
-3.
yeah.
-3. Vikings.
Vikings -3, yeah.
They're
at
both
home.
at 6 and 7. Vikings at home. So basically, this is a tie game.
Correct. This is basically a push
Trubisky
there.
killed it last week.
He was great, dude.
He was unbelievable.
He was better than Deshaun.
Yeah, they had,
Dude.
they put that little line up like he was
Yeah.
better than Deshaun and better than Patrick Mahomes
I know.
last week. So
The one
The
game.
one-
Let's chill out,
Yeah.
dude.
The
You had
one
one
game-
game better
if
than those
Thomas,
guys.
if Thomas is watching, he's gonna be like,
And the fact that like
probably
the
bench him.
Bears did draft Trubisky instead of Deshaun
Yeah.
Watson, that's the one time they can say, "Oh, I'm glad we did this."
Correct, yeah.
The Bears will probably bench him again for
Right now, the way I'm going to go, I would
Trubisky,
say
please don't listen
I'm
to
going
this
Bears.
I was
podcast.
going to say I'd take the Bears plus the points right now because just the way they're playing. I mean that last game, if you're going off the last game, that's pretty impressive.
I'm
some
down.
momentum with them. All right. So we'll move on to the next one, and that's Patriots versus the Dolphins.
Can we just
Not too much going on here,
can we keep
you know.
going?
Yeah, on
Patriots
that
are out
one.
of the hunt.
Yeah.
What's the line?
I'm surprised. Dolphins -1. Vegas loves Bill Belichick, man.
I know.
Vegas loves
Well,
Bill Belichick.
actually, I'm to that point. Bill Belichick's record against rookie quarterbacks is just it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I'm going Patriots.
You going Patriots
You're
with
going
the points?
Patriots?
I think Bill Belichick. I don't know if he's ever been beaten by a rookie QB.
If he has,
Like,
it's been like
maybe
4
one-
times.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy his stats against. Look what he did to Herbert.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your boy.
Yeah, what was it? 41-0 or something like.
45 to nothing.
Yeah,
45,
yeah,
yeah.
45
That's
nothing.
right.
I
And
mean,
Cam Newton had a terrible game.
Yeah.
And they won 45 to nothing.
because he's such a defensive-minded coach.
He's a
he puts
genius.
rookies. Yeah, he puts rookies just in a hole.
He's a
It's crazy.
genius.
Yeah, speaking of rookies, we'll move on to the next one. Eagles versus Cardinals, both rookies out of OU, which we don't care for. Eagles are
No.
4-8-1, Cardinals 7-6.
I love this game now
You love it
Why
because
now?
of
What
that
do you
matchup?
mean?
because Jalen Hurts is in.
Oh, okay.
And you have Jalen Hurts running quarterback, Kyler Murray running quarterback. Philly's playing with a lot of emotion, and they're like thinking they're good enough. Philly, I mean, this is now an entertaining football game, to me at least.
No, I agree with you. I mean, before you put Carson on there, probably not as much. But yeah, absolutely. Now you got Jalen Hurts in there. But yeah, I mean, as much as I do not like OU, it is impressive that you got 2 OU quarterbacks
Yes,
going against
exactly.
each other. So
Well-
I'll give OU very, very tiny props for that. Okay, so but you can continue to keep sucking.
I mean, you can say, like we brought it up last week, hey, Hurts is from here.
Yes.
He played at Alabama
Yeah.
before he went to OU.
Yeah.
So,
So he's not really 100% OU for just 1 year, but you got Cardinals -6 against the Eagles.
You should actually love him because he transferred.
Transfer? What do you mean? Why would I love him because he transferred?
Like he left OU.
No.
No.
Oh, no, he
He
left
went from
Alabama.
Yeah, he
Alabama
left
to
Alabama.
OU.
Who
Yeah.
left? Who's the guy that just left OU before that?
But well,
To
no,
go where?
nobody.
No, like 2 years ago.
To go where?
I think he went to Miami.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
forgot
what
Are you
you're
talking about
Quarterback.
Derek King from Houston?
No.
No.
I'm not talking about no. I know Derek King left Houston to go to Miami, but there was a guy before him that left. I have to look
Yeah, I
it
don't
up.
know. Who cares
I'll look
about
it up.
Oklahoma? All right, so you got Cardinals.
Golly.
You got Cardinals -6 at home. So I'd probably take the Eagles with the points on that one. To be
I will
honest with
too.
you.
Yeah, I mean, I told you last week there's not enough film on Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts won. You know, they beat the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers, and I still think there's not enough film on him.
I'm going to say they have a small sample size now to go over.
Just a little, and you know, it'll take. I mean, probably 4 or 5 games before they can actually get patterns
Well,
on
and
him.
it's just like Taysom Hill.
Yeah,
Taysom
exactly.
Hill had a couple decent games, and then of course he showed out against the Eagles. But yeah, I mean, Eagles +6.
day.
You've got the team playing really well with Jalen Hurts out there. So
Here, I'm going to segue for you because I saw it. Speaking of the New Orleans Saints,
stole our line, man.
know.
Stole our line.
So next we got the Chiefs versus the Saints.
Oh, did you-
Obviously, the one loss for the Chiefs is the Raiders at the beginning of the season, and then Saints are 10-3. So my question is about this quarterback situation because it has not been announced as of yet. Taysom Hill on the field, does he help the team more than forcing Drew Brees back if he's not fully healthy? If they decide to make that decision.
well, from what I've heard, it's all about Drew Brees' breathing. Like, I mean, of course he can throw the ball. We all know that.
11
It's
broken ribs.
Yeah, 11 or 13, one or the other.
11, and then a couple other. His lung is punctured.
He practiced last week apparently, and his breathing seems to be okay. But I think that's what they're concerned about is his breathing. It's the Chiefs. I would hold him out because your odds of winning the game regardless are not that good.
You've already lost the 1 seed.
Yeah, you lost the 1 seed, so I don't know why you rush him back. I'd wait till the playoffs.
So Taysom or Jameis?
I think they still go Taysom, and I think just strictly because number one, Sean Payton is offensively he's a genius, and
For how long, though?
He's going to use
Taysom-
Taysom. I think he's going to use Taysom to control the clock as much as he can, run the football,
Yeah, keep-
not worry about the passing, keep it away from them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how that's going to. You got Chiefs -3 in New Orleans.
Oh, I'll
so,
take Chiefs all day.
yeah, can you believe the Chiefs with points? Like
Chiefs
that's
-3.
did I say -3?
Yeah. Is it
Okay, my
Chiefs
bad.
plus
Yeah,
3?
Chiefs minus. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Chiefs -3. Sorry, my bad.
I'm still going. I thought it would be 6. Not looking at it, I thought it'd be 6.
Yeah.
6.5.
Yeah.
But 3 points, yeah, dude, I'm taking Chiefs all day.
Yeah. I don't think it's.
I think
it's
that
gonna be.
the Saints defense plays well, but you are going up against Mahomes. And don't get me wrong, the Chiefs have, they have explosive games, and then they have games where you're like, Miami, was a 1 possession game.
Yeah.
They have a lot of those, but I mean, even if it
mean-
is a 1 possession game, it's going to be a touchdown. I think,
Yeah.
not 3 points.
Yeah.
We know Chiefs can play from behind. Like, you got nothing to worry about. They're down this
Right.
much. They're going to come back.
Yeah. Well, and to Jeff's point, you got Chiefs second league as far as points scored, and New Orleans fourth as far as points allowed. So it's gonna be a good game.
And there you go. And we will move on exactly to Johnny's team, the Browns versus the Giants. Browns at 9-4, Giants 5-8.
It's Sunday night game.
Coming off, the Browns are coming off that heartfelt loss to the Ravens on Monday Night Football. 47-42 on a field goal and a safety. People are questioning, I don't know if you've heard, guys, that Baker Mayfield's arrogance after winning 3 of the last 4 and then losing to the Ravens. But for
I'll shut that down real quick.
another OU guy, shocker.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield has the best offensive line in football. Browns and Indianapolis Colts. You can go 1-2, either one.
Yeah.
Pick which one. Yet only has a 62% completion percentage. All right, and only 214 yards a game. So he needs to stop with he's doing it because he's not doing it. It's Chubb and Hunt.
You know what it kind of reminds me of a little bit? A Jimmy J scenario. Jimmy G. Sorry, Jimmy G.
Jimmy J.
I don't know why J
Jimmy
came to mind.
Johns.
Jimmy G.
Yeah.
He hands it off a lot.
Yeah, and if he
Whenever he
doesn't,
played.
he does swing patterns and out routes to the running backs. This is an offensive line. I forgot what's the name of the offensive line coach over there. He's awesome.
For
the
Cleveland?
Browns?
Yeah, no. Yeah, for Cleveland.
I don't know.
God, I forgot his name. But
It's not Bill Callahan, is it?
completely forgot. But that team does revolve around
Kevin Stefanski?
Yes, Kevin Stefanski. So it revolves around him, that offensive line, and that run game. So it's not like Baker Mayfield's out there throwing 400 yards a game and 5 touchdowns. Like it's just
and I don't think Baker can help himself when it comes to
he needs
shooting his mouth off. Like, I don't care. He was trying to do this humble thing, like, I'm not going to whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then as I start winning a little bit, then he reverts back to how he used to be.
Sliding in the end zone, taking away people's, they're doing their little thing, and here comes Baker Mayfield sliding in. He did it all. But anyways, Cleveland is playing better.
Yeah,
that could be your computer.
Yeah, to your point, you got 62% completion percentage, 2,785 yards. He's got 23 touchdowns. Not bad, 8 interceptions. So I mean, it's decent. I mean, he's having a decent season.
Now the way that the Giants are playing, I mean, who are you taking in this game? What's the line? What's the over under?
Well, what's crazy is I was kind of feeling the Giants a little bit, and then last week they get beat like they got beat, and so I mean, it's difficult to know exactly what the Giants are. But right now you have the Browns -6. The way it currently sits right now, and the way the Giants played last week, and the way that Cleveland's playing now, I'd probably say Cleveland -6. But the weather could change my mind.
As always, Jeff, are you taking the Giants or the Browns?
I love the way the Browns are playing, man. I really do. And with those two running backs and their offensive line, Browns.
All right. And the games that we are not too exciting, but if you want to mention, you can. 49ers versus the Cowboys.
Yeah. I mean,
Jags versus the Ravens.
What's the line?
Oh, the Cowboys and the 49ers.
49ers?
That's funny that you asked.
I'll just do a pick.
You're just going to do a pick? Okay, so you got 49ers -3.
Mostert's probably not playing. Jeff Wilson Jr. I'd take Cowboys +3.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Cowboys plus the points, yeah.
All right, then as I said, we got the Jags versus the Ravens. It's a must-win for the Ravens. They are 8-5. Jags only with 1 win on the season.
Ravens -12.5.
Okay.
Wow.
So we'll move on to the Bucks versus the Falcons.
I mean, Tom Brady and them, they need to get on. They need to hit a hot streak before the playoffs.
They need to find their identity.
Yeah, they're confusing.
Buccaneers -6 currently.
I'm gonna go with. Well, actually, I'm gonna go Falcons on this. I'm gonna go Falcons.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the points.
Yeah.
Because it's in Atlanta. I'm gonna take the Falcons.
Yeah.
All right, then we'll move on to the Lions versus the Titans.
Titans.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen a report. I mean, I know it's only Thursday, but I haven't seen a report on Matt Stafford yet, and so I don't know if he's playing. If you can grab this line, I would grab it right now.
Titans -11.
Yeah, I'd take the Titans because I think they've already. If it's -11, they've already assumed that he's not playing. I would bet.
Yeah. And then especially if you get close to game time and he doesn't for sure play, then that line's going to move even more.
Yeah.
All right, now please bless their hearts. Texans versus the Colts. 4-9 Texans, Colts 9-4.
I'm going to take T.Y. Hilton
On
over
the
the
road.
Texans.
T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton. There you go.
I mean, he destroys us every time. I even put him in my fantasy football team just because I'm like, every time he kills the Texans. It's unbelievable.
Colts -6.5.
Colts.
I like how you said us, though, and you don't claim Houston as your team.
I said once we fired Bob, I would.
Yeah, he got his jacket and everything.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, he got his jacket.
You did have the jacket the other day. All right, so, and then we got the Jets versus the Rams.
What's the?
You got Rams -17.5.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, Adam Gase, I'm not sure if you saw, he told the media, like, I take full credit for all the losses this season.
Oh, that's
well,
great.
duh.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad he came out and said that
Well
because I
done.
was wondering. I was sitting there going, man, I wonder who to blame for this. And then he said it. I was like, oh,
I'm
okay,
honestly,
well, it's him.
I'm
It makes
taking.
complete
I'm
sense.
taking the Jets, dude. That's a lot, man.
It
And
is.
They've
It's
been
almost
competitive
20,
in a
dude.
few games, and we're coming up to the end of the season. Listen, I don't care. There we go. I don't care how hard you try. It's very, very hard to go 0-16. Like, it is. It's only happened like twice. I think,
Really? Because I
before.
thought it was really easy if you just didn't try.
No, like, I mean, these are professional athletes. They have pride on the line. Some of them fighting for contracts, stuff like that. They're still going to be competitive. I'll take 17 points, man. I'm taking the Jets.
You're taking the Jets.
Yep.
Well, taking the Jets to, with the point. So, yeah. So,
Yeah, I'm not doing money line.
so here's the question. Wow, what would that be? So here's the question. Will the Jets end up not winning a game all season? So they got the Rams right now, and then their next game they play Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I don't have them winning. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
I don't know. And then their last game of the season, they play the Patriots.
That's the thing. If you're going to have a shot, it's definitely the latter, the
Yeah.
Patriots. But they, New York and Cleveland, the Jets and Cleveland usually play a pretty hard game. Depends on the weather.
Yeah, depends on the weather. I mean, that's really tempting. That 17.5 line is really, really hard because part of you is sitting here going, which is what it was kind of last week. It was something very familiar. And I was like, okay, I'll go with the Jets with the point. I think it was Jets with 16 points. They ended up losing 40-3. So, I mean, that's the kind of thing. You're just like, what's going to happen? And that was against Seattle. So,
I mean, the Raiders got beat out like that a couple weeks ago, too.
Yeah.
All right. That wraps up the games. I think it's time to go back in time.
Back in time. I need to think of a song
Let's
for
go
that.
back.
I have
Back to the future.
kind of a song, but it's like only for this month of the year.
What is that? What that is right there? Are you gonna sing it?
No, I'm not a singer.
Oh, okay.
I'm a dancer.
Mary, did you know?
Mary, did you know?
What is that?
Hold on, she's gonna do it.
You don't know Mary, did you know? I mean, it's
Your mom would be
You
severely
don't know Austin
disappointed.
Powers. Who you talking to?
Your mom would be severely disappointed.
It's on every Christmas station.
Mary, did you know?
Yeah.
Mary,
Yes.
did you know?
You're going to sing it.
How did you not?
I'm gonna tell
you're gonna
Miss
sing
Y'all
Michael.
never
She's gonna
heard
be
of it,
upset.
regardless if you're religious
I've heard
or
of it.
not.
I've heard of
You
it.
know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right?
Mary, did you
Mary,
know?
did you know?
Johnny, you got
Child-
audio. You got audio of Mary, did you know?
No, he doesn't.
Okay. I didn't
Johnny,
think
do you
so.
know what I'm talking about? If you're on Facebook watching us right now, please tell me you know Mary, did you know? Regardless if you're a religious person or not, you've heard the song.
What's more relevant or more that you should know? Mary, did you know, or Austin Powers?
You should know Mary, did you know?
This is Lauren's hot button topic right here. You don't know
Let's
Mary
go-
did.
let's go
She's fired up about
Back
that.
to the Future.
I was just trying to be like, Grant's, did you know? Well,
I
Mary,
gotcha.
did you know? All right, let's go.
Just call Grant
That's
Mary.
great.
Awesome.
That's fine.
No.
December. So what is today?
I'm changing the name of the segment. Mary,
Yeah,
Mary, did you know?
Kevin said, I look forward to every show. Thank you. Just for moments like
Kevin,
this.
appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
You're the man. December 17th.
Hold on,
It's-
Toastin.
What about him?
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna throw a party for a divorce, I need to, call
need to know who
Toastin.
You got to
call?
get married
I got-
first, though. So yeah.
He probably does weddings. Maybe I can just book him for both.
Yeah, you go ahead and
Good luck to that.
She'll love that.
you
Good
give
luck
him
to the girl.
you give him a sponsor. You set up an appointment. You're like, hey, so the wedding's this time,
I
and
was
then we're
supposed
gonna
to
do
go
the
on
divorce
I was
party
supposed to
this
go on a
time.
date tonight.
Ooh,
We're gonna get into that. We'll get into it in a
Rockets
second.
up by 10, 17,
Oh my God!
7.
I just hope you weren't looking over there. Who gives a shit?
So let me go ahead and do my thing. Texas AV Productions is responsible for this
Keep scoring
segment. Texas AV Productions is your event partner for all things live production, setup, designing, installation, corporate events, concerts, and touring support. If you mention Sports with Walls, you will receive a free consultation plus 10% off your total bill. Call them at 281-241-7520 and check them out online at txavpro.com. Thank you, Tosin. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tosin had a loss in the family this week, so thoughts out to you, Tosin, and your
Get
family.
better.
Sorry.
Get better,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yep.
December 17th is today, 2020. We're almost done with this year. December 17th, 1991. The Cleveland, did you know, the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Miami Heat 148-80.
Damn.
Wow.
Jeez. That's an ass whooping right there.
But say, what was the lineup on those? What were the rosters?
I don't know. But
James Harden was on one of them.
December 17th, 2014. Did you know 103-year-old Gus Andreone recorded the 8th ace of his career on the 113-yard 14th hole of the Lakes course, the oldest golfer to ever record a hole-in-one.
103?
103, dude.
Oh, man.
113-yard 14th hole of the Lakes course in Sarasota, Florida.
That's if I was to live to 103, I'll give my age out done with it. That's 60 more years of being alive. Like,
By the way,
I don't. No, thank you.
of his life, that was the 8th hole-in-one of his
man.
life.
I wonder.
Wow.
Like, that's impressive, man.
That's-
103. Wow.
That beats
Absolutely.
your Tiger Woods.
Oh.
All right, girl, it's coming.
December 17th, 1920, the AL voted to let spitball pitchers continue using the spitball.
Ugh.
Using the spitball. Yes.
That's, I mean, good. Oh, speaking of that, real quick, you see the Yankees are now in federal court trying to
Yes.
still hide that document, and it has stuff
Ridiculous.
from 2013, 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
Apparently, they use the Yes Network to steal signs. So
The Yes Network?
because it's
Okay.
the Yankee Entertainment
Yeah,
Station
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
December 17th, 1933, the National Football League Championship, the very first title game at Wrigley Field. Chicago Bears beat the New York Giants 23-21.
Johnny?
And the Bronco-Nagurski rule, which a forward pass is legal anywhere behind the line of scrimmage, was implemented. Did you know anything about that rule before you heard that, about the Nagurski rule?
I remember because I watched Peyton's Places. He had an episode where they, football originated from and when they came up with the forward pass.
At that time, a forward pass was only legal if it was thrown from at least 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
That should be now. That would
That's
be fun. You got to do like a 7-step drop.
I believe that was a rule for this 2020 XFL.
Yeah. What, that?
The 5 yard, the 5 yard
horizontal, yeah.
And
get on that, Lauren.
This was I know we don't do hockey very
They wanna
much.
hire
I'm a
me.
hockey guy, a hockey fan as far as the Dallas Stars especially. But December 17th, 1986, Edmonton's Wayne Gretzky scored 4 goals, including a natural hat trick in the first period, and also recorded an assist. So I looked back on it. Of course, he leads the NHL. That dude has had 50 hat tricks in his career. 3 goals, obviously. 3 goals in one game. That's a lot.
When you talk about GOATs in a sport, there's not even there's comparisons in a lot. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Joe Montana, Tom Brady. In hockey, there's not a comparison.
Because it's not as obviously hockey is all over, but it's not as popular.
In the United States,
That's
But
other
those
sports.
guys are tremendous athletes. Just as a point of reference, Wayne Gretzky's had 50 hat tricks in his career. The guy who's active right now, Alex Ovechkin, which is probably one of the top guys in the NHL, he's got 27.
Yeah,
so
he's beyond the GOAT in hockey.
yeah,
by far.
yeah. And that was pretty much it. The only other thing I was going to say about today, today's birthday is we talked about it last night. Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah,
His birthday's today.
Pac-Man.
Born in 1978. And of course, I know that's good for Johnny. Johnny's all about Manny Pacquiao. James, that's why he's hitting it. He and him are the same size.
The same size.
Oh.
Same height. Little.
That's right. Now
When it says height, it doesn't give a height. It just says little. Is what it says.
It just says little.
no comment.
little and bald.
Yeah, little.
Jeff, you trying to get away from your
But according
your
to his
segment?
I mean, it's
according to his
7:30,
Halloween
so-
picture, that's
No, I'm going out of town, y'all.
Just
I'm
one thing,
leaving.
that's
I was telling y'all this is my I'll try to call in on Monday on the show. I know you guys will be happy I'm not here because
We'll
I
ignore the
won't.
call.
I won't. You probably. I won't.
He ain't gonna call. He's
I
gonna be
won't
drunk.
yeah.
No,
just
I
kidding.
actually
I'm
when
just
I go
kidding.
when I go to
That sounded so bad.
Florida, when I go to Florida down there, I don't. My mom. Yeah, I'll have a couple glasses of wine.
You're gonna
with
be
my
just as drunk
stepdad
as
and-
Lauren was in high school.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm gonna take a picture of me with
Jeez.
some Rumplemans.
goodness.
Dude, Johnny.
This is not a married to
on Monday, just Photoshop a bottle of Rumplemints into one of our
Hey,
photos.
okay, enough. Have fun in Florida and on your supposed to date tonight. or
Yeah.
whatever.
No,
you're going on a date tonight.
No,
Nice.
so I did talk to a girl, and she was going to come down. She was driving in from Dallas, but I was like, no, I'm too busy. I have a lot going on, so
She's driving all the way from
Yeah,
Dallas
she's
for
gonna
you,
drive
and
down there
you're
from
ditching
Dallas,
her.
dude.
She was going to. She lives in Tyler.
That's not
Oh,
Dallas.
that's not Dallas. That's
No,
like
but
right.
she was going to Dallas for work, and then she was coming down here. But I was like, no.
Garrett's sister lives in Tyler.
So
Who
I got a
does?
DWI.
Garrett's
I got a
sister.
DWI in Tyler, Texas, when I was 18 years old, and
Damn.
I told the cop. Well,
You
my,
get on to me
My
for
girlfriend
freaking
had broken
high
up with me that night, and I got.
Oh,
you
you
know,
poor thing.
She
That
found
makes
out
sense.
I cheated on her, and she was pissed off, and so I drank
Yeah,
a bunch of beer.
what's wrong with her? She's a crazy person.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard.
Tosin, where are you?
That was my, and ironically, it was my high school sweetheart. But this was obviously after high
She
school.
wasn't that much of a sweetheart for you, brother.
No, we ended up riding back to San Marcos together. But the moral is, well, the funny part of the story was that
Yeah, it's hilarious.
when I got pulled over, I told the cop I had to pee. I drank a lot of beer. I didn't drink really liquor back then, and the cop wouldn't let me go. So I just decided just to pee right there.
Where?
Pants on and all in front of the car. They got it on camera. So when I was in court trying to fight this DWI,
You pissed your pants in
pissed
front of
my
the cop?
Yeah, dude. I was like, man.
You're like
That's
Billy Madison.
That's fantastic.
That wasn't even in my notes. How did we get there?
I don't know. You went there, and I'm all for it.
And we're just going.
And I'm
I was
all for
18.
it.
We're just on the train.
That was a while back. A huge thing for me that I saw in the news, Justin Verlander's surgery obviously went very, very well. He's planning on coming back either right before the playoffs at MLB or somewhere in October. I mean,
he wants to play.
If the Astros, which I think they will, to be a playoff team again, if they get there and they have Verlander in the playoffs, with this pitching rotation that we already have, I'm excited for the Houston Astros. That would give them a massive bump. Now, of course, we don't know where Springer's going yet. There's been all kinds of rumors flying everywhere, but nothing concrete yet. But it's cool to know that Verlander has a shot to come back because of the fact that we only have him through next year.
Yeah, he wants to earn part of that $33 million.
Yeah.
I think it's great that he wants to come back and play, but I disagree with you on the pitching lineup because it is not, when you look at what they did this season, it is not where you want it to be. Just saying.
Some incredible things on Saturday, college football-wise. You will have Clemson Notre Dame playing. Obviously, Notre Dame won the first game, if you remember them rushing the field, but obviously Clemson did not have sunshine. So Clemson and Notre Dame this Saturday, Florida, Alabama this Saturday. I don't even think that's going to be a game. Florida's ranked 6th or 7th in the new polls, and they're just so different. I think the spread in the first half. This is a number 1 team versus a number 6 team, which should be pretty impressive, right?
Yes.
And I think the first half spread is like 22 points.
Alabama's head and shoulders above everybody.
It's insane.
Yes.
Absolutely insane. Then you have Ohio State, who's they've only played 5 games, and they're playing this Saturday for the conference championship.
It's crazy. The whole thing
This
is
whole
stupid.
year
The whole thing is dumb.
is just crazy.
Now, I do
mean,
think Ohio State's good, but still.
They're
And,
good. I think Alabama is just head and shoulders. They're going to blow everybody up.
And a little more news in NCAA on is switching the sports in college basketball. It came out that Kelvin Sampson for the Houston Cougars, all players have been positive for COVID-19. So this last weekend, the U of H Rice game was canceled, and this weekend they're supposed to play. They've only had 6 players practicing, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, college sports
Good luck to the Cougs.
in general. Quick note, NBA is planning on having fans, at least the Houston Rockets are. They're planning on having fans this year.
Tillman wants people in there, man. He's
yeah.
like Jerry Jones. You got to make the money.
I've told
That's right.
y'all,
But I agree.
the NBA will not last if they don't have fans. Because first of all, they've lost a ton of viewership, and if you don't have any fans, they have no money.
Well, Fertitta needs to pay Harden.
Oh my God!
Got a lot of money
Speaking
to
of
pay that
contracts,
cat.
anybody see? Do you see
Harden needs to
Milwaukee?
leave. Yeah,
See who signed there?
good for the Greek freak,
It's
but
a lot of money.
it's the NBA. These guys can choose where they want to go. Look at LeBron James. Look at what Harden's doing. Like if next year he gets pissed off, he can still leave. It's annoying. The NBA is a mess. They really are. They need to get that together. As much as people hated David Stern, he was an incredible commissioner. And,
He was a great
And
commissioner.
he
Yeah, he was.
led them to the great ratings and all the revenue. And now the NBA seems to be hitting a pretty big speed bump.
This next year will be Giannis's smallest salary, $39 million. And then it goes 42, 45, 48, and 51.
I posted something about how much he makes like per quarter, per
I
minute.
saw that,
So,
yeah.
and if you don't know, follow us on our social media, Sports with Balls, on any of the platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I think
Whatever it's social
Grant's
media.
daughter runs our TikTok. So
all I got to say is about Giannis, man, he better be the leader that you want him to be, because if you're following his lead like Houston did Harden's, he's going to be asking for all the players to come play with him.
I wouldn't. I think that's unfair. I think Giannis is nothing like James Harden.
I'm just saying you better be the leader that you want him to be, because that's what you're putting him up to be, and that's what Houston did to Harden, even though that's not who he is. He's a point scorer.
Well, we're running up against it, y'all, so I want to thank Joe Applewhite and Applewhite Realty, 713-291-5270.
And we got to thank Hybrid Technologies Group with Roy Stanton. You can rely on them for your phone, cable services, surveillance cameras, cloud services, anything like that. Mention Sports with Balls, and you will get a discount at Hybrid Technology.
Texas AV Productions, 281-241-7520. If you want to do any concerts or throw a party, man, they can do it. In Construction Concepts, Building Up Houston, 713-589-2682, and buildithouston.com.
Good luck this weekend
Yeah,
traveling.
absolutely.
Have safe
Be
travels.
safe.
Try to call. Y'all don't hang up on me. On
Be
Monday.
safe.
But we want to thank y'all for paying attention to the Lauren Leal Show.
What?
And we'll
What? I wasn't even on the show y'all last night. They're not even.
So from I want to say thank you guys for everything up, and Merry Christmas to all you guys for paying attention because I won't be here Monday. But I want to say thank you guys, and I will see y'all after Christmas.
Later.
For Jeff,
We'll see
Michael,
y'all
Lauren,
Monday.
Leal, and Grant Miles,
Yep,
this is
see you
Sports with
Monday.
Balls.
Peace
We're out.
Have a good
out.
weekend.
Jump in my 6'4" and let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on foe. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side